A wild day in Washington over health care. A vote for the Republican plan scheduled for tonight has been canceled due to a shortfall of support, leaving GOP leaders scrambling to get more lawmakers behind it. Joining us now from Washington with reaction, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer. Sean, let's get right to this news that literally came across the wires a couple of minutes ago. It says that the boss, the president, is demanding a vote tomorrow, Friday, on the health care law.
My understanding, he's going to get it. The president's been working the phones. He's had in-person meetings throughout the day. His team's been up and down Capitol Hill here at the White House. This is the opportunity for people who have waited for years to see Obamacare repealed and replaced, to have it happen. Ironically, Eric, today is the 7-year anniversary of Obamacare. We're hoping to make this the last anniversary that any American has to suffer under Obamacare by instilling a patient-centric healthcare system in place. And the president has made that case to members throughout the spectrum of the Republican conference, and tomorrow it's time to vote.
Okay, so former Speaker Nancy Pelosi called the fact that it is today the 7th anniversary of Obamacare, called it a rookie mistake on your guys' part.
Well, look, Nancy Pelosi set out several criteria about how you could judge Obamacare: the cost, the deductibility, and the choice that people have. All of those are an abysmal failure. 1 in 3 counties in America only have one choice. Premiums have skyrocketed and deductibles have skyrocketed. Americans don't have choice. They don't have coverage. They may have a card, but they don't have coverage. And I think for anyone to defend Obamacare, it's collapsing on its own. The American people know it. They're paying too much. They're getting too few choices. This is finally going to be the repeal and replace that they've waited for a long time. And respectfully, I think we've got a much better way of doing this than they did.
Sean, though, but for weeks we've heard that you had the votes. Paul Ryan had the votes. He was going to deliver a bill to the president's desk that he could push through and get behind and get his name behind. And now we have this postponement for a day. Is the president, is he disappointed with the health care bill that he's been presented?
No, not at all. In fact, the president's met with several groups today. He met with the House Freedom Caucus today, and yesterday the vice president, the rest of the team were actively involved. He just got done meeting with the House Tuesday group, a group of moderates. 16 of the 17 that walked in were either maybe or no's. Excuse me, 17 of them were maybes or no's, and 16 of 17 walked out yeses. The president continues to make tremendous progress on that.
But Sean, those aren't the guys that you need. You need...
No, we need them all,
Eric. Well, you're going to get those. Those aren't the ones you're going to get. The ones you need are the Freedom Caucus. And you got, I guess there's about 30 or so members, and you got leeway with 22. You can lose 22, but you can't lose 30.
Right, and I think, but it was on both ends of the spectrum, and it's a balancing act. Every time you pick up a few, we had to worry about not getting a few on the other end of the spectrum. I think 16 of the 17 Tuesday group members came in today and reiterated their support today for it. But he also had a great meeting with the House Freedom Caucus, and I think that they've made significant changes to the bill that they have put forward that make it a stronger bill, that continue to move forward towards the principles that we laid out. They continue to meet tonight. But I think at the end of the day, this is the only train leaving the station that's going to be repealing Obamacare and giving us an alternative to replace it. This is the train that's leaving the station. This is the choice that we've been waiting for. This is the pledge that people have made to the American people.
All right, Sean. So, you know, and I'm watching this from the other side of the camera here, and I'm watching you guys, and you tell me it's going to happen, and we've been hearing it's going to happen. Is the president disappointed with the Speaker of the House?
No, not at all. Speaker Ryan and Leader McCarthy, Congressman Scalise have been tremendous in terms of helping to talk to members, continue to reach out, put aspects in the bill that people had wanted to make it stronger and better. But look, Eric, we could have continued through the night and voted in the middle of the night. That's what Democrats have done in the past. That's not what we're going to do. We want to do this in broad daylight tomorrow when everyone in the American people can see not only the bill that we put online days ago for everyone to read, but actually can watch the debate take place and watch the vote go down.
All right, if the bill doesn't pass, should the Speaker resign? Should Paul Ryan resign as Speaker of the House?
That's absolutely not. This has been a great team effort on the Republican behalf, but at the end of the day, I don't think that's going to be necessary because I think the president has made a very, very strong case as to why this is everything that we have talked about.
But if it doesn't pass, Sean, can the president still have confidence in the Speaker to deliver his caucus, you know what, Eric, if it doesn't?
Look, I understand the question, Eric, but I'm not thinking that way. We put our heart and soul into this bill. The president's been working the phones and having meetings consistently for the last several days. He's been behind this From the get-go, he's been working with the Speaker, meeting with all sorts of members to get this through, make it the best bill we can.
I get that, Sean.
But you don't think that
he's
way.
He's a deal maker, and he's taking this upon himself to get this through. Did he expect to spend this much political capital having to push this thing through? That's his political capital. He's got tax reform coming. He's got some immigration plans coming, and that's all capital that he's going to have to spend now in health care that maybe he didn't think Paul Ryan told him he wasn't going to need to spend this early.
Now, the President knew it was going to be tough from the get-go. This is a fifth of our economy. There's a lot of ideas that have been percolating since 2010 when Republicans started campaigning to repeal and replace Obamacare. We knew it. We knew it was going to be tough. We knew there's a lot of ideas out there. And it's a balancing act to get to 216 in this case to make sure that we can pass it. But the President's put everything he can on this. He's left nothing in the field. And frankly, this is the same way he campaigned. He went into the 11th hour. He made the case to the American people, and he won. And I think we're going to see the same level of success when it comes to this effort as well.
All right, Sean, let's talk to the other big story that's been percolating for the last couple of days, and specifically yesterday and today, the wiretaps. What's going on? Devin Nunes came to the White House yesterday to brief the President. What was going on with that? What did he say?
Well, I think Chairman Nunes, who's chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, held a press conference with members of the media, explained that he had come upon information that he thought was troubling, concerning to him, that didn't have to deal with the probe regarding Russia, that showed that there was surveillance about the President and his team during the transition period, and wanted to explain that to the President. He came to the White House, as he said, after he had briefed the media, came and shared some of his top-line findings, explained to him that in reports that he had seen in his position as chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, there were things that were troubling him about some of the stuff that he picked up.
It was bombshell. I mean, when I saw this, I was blown away that this was going on. But then when the President was asked, he said he felt somewhat, quote, somewhat vindicated. Why not make this big? Why didn't he go out there and say, see, this is what I've been saying all along?
Well, I think the President recognized that Chairman Nunes had started to look at reports that had been made available. He wanted to see the full reports, and that this is a process. The President feels very confident that he will be vindicated, that there was surveillance during the 2016 election period, and that this should be a concern to not everyone. And as I said today from the briefing, Eric, it's amazing that the mainstream press was all focused on the process, not the substance. This should be concerning to everyone. The people, American citizens, including the President and the transition team members, according to Chairman Nunes, were surveilled in some way, shape, or form. We don't know yet because we don't have all the intelligence that Chairman Nunes is looking at.
Is there more? I mean, are we waiting to hear more?
He has indicated that there are additional reports that he wants to take a look at. We've asked him to, and Senator Burr on the on the Senate side, to make sure that they are investigating all of these concerns that are coming up and why they're happening, but also importantly, why there's so many leaks that are out there. Why are American citizens being unmasked, is what they call it, which is when they come up in an intelligence report and their identity's not supposed to be known. Why is that being unmasked, as they call it in the intelligence world, so that people know that they were involved or monitored in some way? This should be troubling to everybody.
Exactly. I've been completely on the side of they can't just do this. They just can't arbitrarily unmask. They can't arbitrarily target for surveillance American citizens. My question is this: Michael Flynn got unmasked. Why don't we just go find out who did it?
We need to. Absolutely, and we share that concern. I think that's what the President's made very clear from the beginning. Not only do we need to know that, but who are the people that have and continue to leak classified and other important information throughout the government? This is something that's plagued our government for a long time, and the President has made clear that it has a direct impact on our national security and the ability for not only he but other individuals to talk about sensitive matters and to make sensitive deals to protect the interests of our country. It should be something that everyone in the country is concerned about, that there's a reason that we have security clearances and there's a reason we classify information, and it's to protect this country and our people. And when we see these kind of leaks coming out of Washington...
So does the President have the confidence in James Comey and his intel community?
The President does have confidence at this point in the intelligence community. He's obviously very concerned about the information that he's heard from Chairman Nunes, and looks forward to the House Intelligence Committee and the Senate Intelligence completing their review of this situation so that we can fully understand what happened.
All right, Sean, we're going to leave it right there. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Eric.
Big, busy news day. Thank you.
You bet.